Done. We are recording.
And going to the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Continue to maintain social distancing under the guidance of the health department. We will call this meeting to order at 6 p.m. Getting a roll call.
Michael Cashman.
Present.
Thomas Wood. Here. Meg LaFave.
Here.
Barbara Hebert.
Here.
Charles Costick. Here. James Coffey. Here. And I am present.
I see nothing for public comment this evening. I would remind folks that given social distancing requirement of face masking, we have made accommodations for public comment, both written or in person here. I do want to touch on a couple of different things. First and foremost, we know that we recently had an election, and while I will not focus on the national election, I would like to focus on the local election, and again, just publicly echo my congratulations to Chris Rosenquist, a historic election. We very much look forward to working with Chris and the council in the coming days, weeks, and months ahead. In fact, Chris and I have talked a number of times already, and we are scheduled to meet and have some conversations about how we can move forward. So it's quite refreshing. The other thing that I want to do, and I want to congratulate Wendell Hughes, who is our new Area 8 legislator. In fact, he is attempting to pop on by today. He on board just the other day. He was sworn in, and want to just congratulate him as well. He reached out a number of times to try to better understand the areas and concerns, and we went out to the county airport to talk about that venture between the county and the TDC and the town of Plattsburgh. He's been quite accessible, and I think that he's going to serve both the county and the town of Plattsburgh well, so looking forward to working with him. As it relates to COVID-19, as of today, the county has released its numbers. I think we were at about 68, 69. Numbers continue to be elevated in the region. And I would just ask the public, and as a general reminder for everyone, we're asking people to continue to wear face masks, to social distance, wash your hands regularly. I know it sounds like a broken record, but the numbers across the country continue to go up again. And we are in a global pandemic. We are continuing to prepare for modifications to staffing and various other things that may be impacted by COVID-19. So our folks here at the town have been doing really good about meeting the standards of face masking and social distancing and still doing their job. I want to again thank the public for when they do come in for signing the contract tracing book, wearing the appropriate face masking. We're all in this together, as they say. You don't always just wear the mask for yourself. You wear it for the people that you're around. We're obviously continuing to do good works in the township. And to put it in perspective, when this really started, there was still snow on the ground, and we are now entering that season, right? So people are spending more time indoors, and we will adopt protocol under the recommendation and guidance of the health department, the New York State Health Department, CDC, etc. But we need to not only protect our community, but protect our essential personnel, like the highway department as an example, that we're in the business of winter, and we need to make sure that we have folks to go out and plow the roads and maintain our infrastructure. So we'll touch upon that a little bit more. Given that Wendell may come in a couple moments, and that we don't have too much on the agenda tonight, I just jumped out. Is there anything that for folks wanting to address for committee reports? reports. Is there anything there? All right, then we'll just jump into draft material tonight. For consideration, there are draft materials for minutes, monthly reports, an agreement to hire James Coffey as a town attorney, the JCDO 2020-2021 agreement, appointment or almost a reappointment, fair housing officer, consideration for deputy supervisor, insurance renewal for pool, website contract, town board dates for 2021, and authorization to proceed with professional services. That's the one that I wanted to go into a little bit more detail as it relates to what I have been talking with you folks about for maybe 2 weeks now. I did have a conversation with the LaBerge group. They have put forward a proposal for professional services as it relates to helping to address the pandemic operations plan that is now required by New York State. There would be an involvement by pulling together some of our department heads and at least one of our labor employees from the union and putting together a team to review some of the the items. I had a lengthy conversation with Ben from LaBerge Group about how we could potentially pull in some other towns. He believes that there may be the opportunity for one or two other towns to cooperate or to collaborate individually through it. The problem is much of this work is very individualized to the town in particular. So there isn't, a huge saving cost over the top. I am going to have a conversation with Mike Zerlo, our county administrator, to better understand where the county may or may not be willing to step forward in some various pockets, such as PPE, purchasing, etc., because the county also has to do something. I did relay to Ben as well that the fire departments, that there's a growing need. I think they're trying to get their arms wrapped around the intensity of this project as well. So
I did share, with the cable part.
So, given that the fact that there is, an advancing deadline, I don't want to continue to, I wouldn't even say that continue to push it off. I don't want to push it off. We've been making some good headway trying to get our arms wrapped around this. Once we adopt this, I'm going to put out an email to the other town supervisors and say, if you are interested in this, here's contact information for the LaBerge group, and then they can make those individual assessments themselves. So, just giving you a heads up.
Michael, the proposed amount in the LaBerge proposal versus the draft resolution is different. Are we recommending a little bit less than what they proposed?
They had gone through two recommendations. The one in the resolution should be the correct reflection.
Okay.
Yeah, because we had, I'll double check on that, because we had talked about how some of the stuff we would do internally to build out some of the policies or some of the materials that we would need.
Okay. That was a part B question, so thanks.
Yeah.
In terms of any internal resources.
And then there was an item of, looking at, and again, this is why I'm not bringing it to you today to vote on it, because I still want to get a final opportunity to talk to Ben and Patrick on this. But then there was the idea of the additional authorization above 60 hours would be billed at a blended rate. Patrick and I really firmly believe that we can get it in within the 60 hours. So we kind of don't even want to go down that road. We would do whatever we needed internally to achieve the 60 hours. And that's on the high end. The idea is to really kind of, to keep it within that 60-hour window.
Yeah, I appreciate that, because I did see that as well, so.
Any questions? That's all I have.
Some of the resolutions here, would
Yep.
be normally the ones we do at the end of the year, right?
We've done it over the course of the last couple of years, some of them that are carryovers, we have done just to get them into the pipeline, but, yep.
Get started early, that's a good idea.
You know, like our town board meeting dates, you know, we have traditionally held, on the Thursday now for a while. If there's, you know, an interest in changing it, we certainly can review it, but many of these, have been the ones that we've been carrying over year to year. Going once, going twice. All right, we will adjourn tonight then at 6:10 PM. Be safe, everyone. Thank you very much.
Did you tell Wendell that, usually don't, we're not here that long?
Yeah.
Okay.